RC.com. I'm Dan Albano, and I'm here to talk to you about it. You guessed it, girls water polo. Wednesday's the semifinals for Division 1, Division 2, and Division 5 for all the Orange County teams. The lucky 7 teams that are still live in the girls water polo playoffs. And we're going to get right to the previews. All the action starting off at 3:30 at the William Willett Pool in Irvine, and right next to Irvine High School. And those 3:30 games are going to both be Division 5 semifinals. And I think a really good games. You got the Orange County teams taking on the Inland Empire teams, and you know that Orange County Inland Empire rivalry's always pretty intense. And now the top seed and defending champion is Los Osos of Rancho Cucamonga, and they are taking on Freeway League champion Sunny Hills, and going to be an interesting game. I think these teams know each other pretty well. Last year, Los Osos defeated Sunny Hills in the semifinals. They've also played this year in a non-league game, also won by Los Osos. Los Osos is a outstanding team. They got a lot of good balance. They got a very good senior utility player, can do it all in the pool. Chelsea Park, she's going to Long Beach State. And they have 3 left-handers. They got a good whole set defender. They got a good goalie. So they bring a lot to the table. And then Sunny Hills is going to counter with a pair of 100-goal scorers. And Amanda Solis, a sophomore. Alex Hooker is a junior. So and then Sunny Hills also has a very good goalie in Sarah Shin. So I think this is going to be a tough game for Sunny Hills, though. They're making their 3rd straight semifinal appearance. Not too shabby, of course, for Coach Keith Niswanger's squad. But Los Osos is really the class of the division, in my opinion. I picked on the OC Varsity blog. You can check out my predictions. I got Los Osos moving on. I think they're going to play Arlington in the final, so I'm picking against both Orange County teams. Arlington, the number 2 seed. The Lions taking on Troy at the other 3:30 game. And Troy's a Freeway League runner-up and really playing good water polo right now. They should be on a lot of people's radars, certainly Arlington, because Troy defeated and upset the 3rd seed in this bracket, which was Redlands East Valley. They beat them 4-3 in the semifinals. So big, in the quarterfinals, that is. So big victory for Troy. But I think Arlington, they lost last year. They were upset by La Habra in the semifinals. I don't think Arlington's going to have the same thing happen to them again. They got a very good player, Alex Hani, going on to Loyola Marymount. Very good attacker, counterattacker. So I think she'll be a handful with Arlington's got a really good counterattack game.Moving on to Division 2, hardest game for me to pick of the day, really. The 5 o'clock game, which is the San Clemente Tritons. The Lady Tritons are the 3rd seed, taking on number 2 Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes is really a stacked team in terms of their superstars. I mean, they got some big name players. Molly McBee, Colleen O'Donnell is a defender for the junior national team. They have Monica Vavich, who's the daughter of USC coach, men's and women's coach Jovan Vavich. So there's a lot of star power to Palos Verdes team. I expected them to, break through more this year, show higher at some of their tournaments. They went to some of the biggest tournaments of the year, and I like them to beat San Clemente mostly because of that tournament experience. San Clemente 16-5, didn't play as many tournaments as Palos Verdes, but I think San Clemente is going in the right directions. They got a very good young coach, Jeff Colton. He's got a great assistant, Scott Taylor, probably the best, one of the best assistants out there. Scott's also the men's coach at Golden West College. San Clemente's got some young talent. They got some couple sophomores to watch, including Candace Schroeder at center. They got some top senior defenders, like girls like Jenny Stiefel at center, and center defender Madison Reardon in the goal. But I just think that Palos Verdes is going to be a really close game. I think they're going to play Laguna Beach, the defending champion Laguna Beach Breakers, number 1 seed, taking on Magura in the other game at 6:30, the other semifinal 6:30. And Laguna Beach, really balanced team. They're going to be tough. They undefeated in the division this year. That includes a 10-8 victory over Agura. And I think the thing that impressed me so much right now is about Laguna Beach is their balance. A lot of different girls are contributing. They've been star-packed before, girls like Annika Dries and Taylor Dotson from last year, Natasha Schulman. But this year they've really spread out the scoring. I think Jesse Holchek's the leading scorer with about 50 goals. So that's a low number for a Laguna Beach program. But that just shows you the depth. And they're playing some great defense. Jessica Shushko, Melina Masson has played really good 2-meter defense. So defense has been a calling card so far for Laguna Beach. I think they'll win against Agura. And, of course, moving on to Division 1, going to be a great pair of Division 1 semifinals. The 5 o'clock game, Back Bay rival. Doesn't get much better than Newport Harbor, Corona Del Mar hooking up in girls water polo. And this year they've only played once, surprisingly enough. It was won by Newport Harbor. I think they'll win this game as well. They were my pick again on the predictions on ocvarsity.com on the blog. And I like them because they're senior dominance. They've got some really clutch players. Girls like Kaylee Gilchrist is tough. 2-meter offense, and of course Kate Clippard, a very good defender, but they got a couple other very good seniors. Corona Del Mar really impressed me with their defense, where they got their hands up against Edison in their quarterfinal victory. Very good victory for Coach Cheney's team. But they have some younger players, and they have some key seniors, but only 2 returning starters from last year's runner-up team. So I think Corona Del Mar, again, another team on the rise with some young talent. Sophomores like Pippa Saunders, but I think it's going to be Newport's time to, I think fulfill their destiny, what they feel it is which is to play Dos Pueblos in that Division I final, and that's going to be the other game, the 7 o'clock game, last game of the night. Dos Pueblos, defending champion, 29-0, taking on number 4. Los Alamitos, and Los Alamitos really got Dos Pueblos' attention just recently, early this month, in the finals of the Irvine SoCal Championships. It was 9-8 victory for Dos Pueblos, and I think that showed well for Los Alamitos. I think the Griffins really got Dos Pueblos' attention, which is not always a good thing, because Dos Pueblos is the kind of team that's going to try to send you a statement the next time you play them, I think. So I think Dos Pueblos is going to win a more convincing. Kylie Nuschel, maybe arguably the best high school player in the country. She's on the national team already. She such a great distributor, which she really played the role of distributor well in that final. But she's got a lot of other players. Good goalie matchup with Sammy Hill in goal for Dos Pueblos. Savannah Smith, very good goalie for Los Alamitos. And you never know what Coach Dave Carlson has up his sleeve. He's pulled off some very big upsets before. Well documented with his Marina girls. Upsetting a previously undefeated Long Beach Wilson team way back in the day, 1998, and he's done it with the Los Al boys when they beat an undefeated Villa Park team with Shea Buckner a couple more years ago. So, but I don't see it tonight for Los Alamitos, but they are a very young team as well. Only one real key senior, which is Kaylee Dotson. So, going on to Stanford. So that's setting the table for you. It's a great afternoon and evening of water polo in Irvine. So be sure to follow all this action on ocvarsity.com to get those results quickest. If you're not able to make it over to the pool, follow me on Twitter at ocvarsityguy. So until next time, thank you for joining us here at ocvarsity.com, where we've got you covered.